Beginning this evening's memorable proceedings by shedding light in the most traditional and Sri Lankan way, His Excellency the High Commissioner of Britain to Sri Lanka, Mr. Andrew Patrick, Vice President and Provost of the University of Western Sri Lanka Branch Campus, Mr. Peter John, Executive Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, Selimco Holdings PLC, Mr. Ajit Puravar, Chairman CEG Education Holdings, Dr. Jagat Alvis, Director of Finance, Selimco Holdings PLC, Director Chief Financial Officer, Selimco Holdings PLC, Mr. Paul Carter, Executive Director, ANC Campus, Dr. Andrew and Chief Executive Officer of the ANC Campus, Mr. Brian Fernando, and of yours. As I take pleasure in inviting you all to kindly join us on the fourth floor and the auditorium for the rest of the proceedings. A graduate in mathematics and physics, he is a fellow of the Chartered Insurance Institute of the United Kingdom and a fellow of the Indian Insurance Institute and a chartered insurer. He also holds a fellowship of the Institute of Directors of the United Kingdom and was awarded a doctorate from the Middlesex University in the United Kingdom. Dr. Alvis has served on the faculty of the boards of the University of Peradeniya and the University of Sabragamulla. He previously held the position of Executive Chairman of Selimco General Insurance Limited, Sri Lanka's largest insurance company, and is currently an Executive Director of Selimco Holdings PLC. It is my pleasure now to invite the Chairman of CEG Holdings, Dr. Jagat Alvis, to address this gathering.
A very good evening to everybody. Lord John Hamlet of Harrington, the UK Trade Envoy to Sri Lanka, His Excellency Andrew Patrick, British High Commissioner to Sri Lanka, Professor Peter John, CBE, Vice Chancellor and President of University of West London, and from today is the Provost of the Sri Lankan branch of the University of West London. My co-directors, dear Chairman, and dear friends, indeed today is an historic event not only for NC but also for the UK higher education in Sri Lanka, as we are launching the first branch campus of a British University in Sri Lanka. There are so many institutions, British institutions offering degrees in Sri Lanka, but this is the first branch campus in partnership with ANC. This will give immense benefits to the students who are following the W.D.N programs in Sri Lanka and also who wish to follow W.D.N master's or bachelor's degrees in Sri Lanka. So this creates a big golden opportunity for those who want to study for a British degree at a campus of a British degree in Sri Lanka. We have started with working with University of West London about 14 years back. As Dr. Jiva correctly said, we have started bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, LLM, and so many programs. And so far, we have produced around 5,000 graduates of UWA in Sri Lanka. Most of them are either working in Sri Lanka or overseas, holding very high positions. And we are of course proud of them. Today, in this launch, we are planning to expand the programs which are offering in Sri Lanka. Presently, business, psychology, law, and IT. But under this new agreement, we will offer so many other fields so that Sri Lankan youth could study in Sri Lanka and obtain a British degree. AEC Education is a member of CG Education Holdings, which is the biggest private sector education conglomerate in Sri Lanka. And for the last 20 years, we have been offering so many programs to the local market, the local youth, but this particular launch, I think that make a big difference. And the students will get the same sort of environment, facilities, according to the standards set up by the university. And the curriculum of what we are delivering here is designed and supervised and quality controlled by the British University, University of West London. I believe the youth of Sri Lanka will get benefit out of this because today about 250,000 students passing their A-levels and only 40,000 could enter the local universities and another 50,000 they are starting their degree programs at various private sector institutions who are working with foreign universities. So this facility which are offering today will give a one step forward. And I'm sure all of you all, there are a couple of principals here, take this message. The media take this message to the society because it's a good message for Sri Lankans who wants to study with their families and with their friends in Sri Lanka without missing them much. So I wish the student community of Sri Lanka will get the maximum benefit out of it. And I would also like to congratulate the ANC team who was involved in this project led by Dr. Punarjiva Karunanayake and also our good friends Professor Peter John and his colleague Provost Chancellor Academic Mr. Suresh Gamlat, Dr. Suresh Gamlat, who is the champion of this project and worked very hard, but unfortunately he couldn't be in this gallery today, but his blessings are there. And I would also like to thank each and every one of your colleagues at the University of West London who make this a reality. Thank you very much for that, Professor. And thank you very much for all of you who are here. I'm sure you will take this message to the society. Thank you and enjoy the video.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. 2020 New Year's Honours List for his outstanding work and service to higher education. Professor John has worked in the sector for more than 30 years and joined the University of West London in 2007. In 2009, he was the recipient on behalf of the University of the Queen's Anniversary Prize. It is my pleasure now to invite the Vice Chancellor, President of the University of West London and Provost of the University of West London Sri Lanka Branch Campus to address this gathering.
I didn't recognize myself. And on the screen, when you see yourself younger, you realize how old you become. Special occasion prize, and the second longest serving Vice Chancellor in the UK. So that really is. So now you know where my age is. Anyway, let me start. Distinguished guests, we all know who they are. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, and above all, friends. This partnership has been built as much on friendship as anything else. And my friends are sitting here, Jiva, Najib, and Jacob, and Dan, and many, many others have made this partnership work the way it should. Two people, and that's the most important thing. And it always gives me pleasure to come back to Sri Lanka. I go to many countries, we've got lots of partnerships, lots of links across the world, but I always like returning to Sri Lanka. It's probably my favorite visiting point. Why? Beautiful country, superb landscape, a deep history, on microphones, deep history, and above all, as I mentioned, beautiful people in the best possible sense. So I love coming back to Sri Lanka, and hopefully I'll be coming back more in the future. But it also is an honor to be here today to open the first branch campus in this beautiful country. And it really is an important day for that reason and for other reasons also. So please bear with me as I give you some of those reasons. First of all, on many of the successes that the university is emerging. And many of these successes will happen after my tenure, because I'm getting close to, not to John's age, but I'm pretty close. So my successor will take things on in a far more important way. We've opened a School of Medicine, for example, and Biomedical Sciences. We've just opened a new School of Pharmacy, and in 2027, the first School of Dentistry. We've opened a Digital Futures Lab, where we look at esports and gaming technology and AI, of course, and its presence and what it does and what it doesn't do. And an Institute of Maritime Studies as well. Also, our aviation department trains pilots in Emirates, Fly Dubai, Air Arabia, Ryanair, and British Airways. Not Air Sri Lanka yet, but you've got an excellent airline, by the way, I flew it last week. And our footprint across the world grows. We now span 12, maybe now 14 countries in a network of partnerships. We have branch campuses now here, in United Arab Emirates, outside Dubai. In Spain, we have one in Marbella. We've just opened one in Timișoara in Romania, and another one due to be opened in Athens very soon. And in Saudi, our most ambitious project yet will start with two campuses, one in Riyadh and one in Jeddah, before 2027 is out. So that tells you about our ambition and how important this campus is to that level of ambition. So what changes will this campus mean for Sri Lanka and for the people of Sri Lanka and beyond? Well, first of all, it will give scale, which is good, it will give visibility, and above all, it will widen opportunity. And the portfolio, as Judah mentioned, is going to grow. We've already got business-related, industry-related programs in law, in business, psychology, computing, biosciences, and soon AI, of course, will be added to it, and a new executive MBA. And some of these courses will now be offered as distance learning courses as well as face-to-face. So we can spread wider and wider, which I think is an important development. And these disciplines are important because they power economies, they create jobs, and they equip graduates to lead change, not just adapt to it. And that's our commitment to this campus. One last point. In the introduction, they mentioned I published 7 books. Actually, it's now 8. Another one was published 3 months ago, so it's 8. But the title is important, New Visions for Prosperity. Okay? Not just in the UK, but it links across areas such as Sri Lanka. So the next time you're in the UK, you can all have free copies signed, if you have trouble sleeping at night. Anyway, finally, can I express my thanks to John Hammett, of course, Lord Hammett of Everton, the trade envoy to Sri Lanka, clearly an Everton supporter rather than Liverpool, which makes a difference, and to Andrew Patrick, of course, the High Commissioner. Thank you, Andrew, for coming again, and really nice to see you, and all my friends at the front, and all my friends within the university. And to be frank, the government has also played a role in Sri Lanka. It's played a role. The regulatory authorities have been very, very positive and welcomed us to open this campus. That's so important as well. So could you give them a round of applause as well, the government of Sri Lanka. And last of all, to our partner, ANC Education. I remember in 2012, a young person came into my room in London and sat me down and said, I want to start a partnership with you. I'm from Sri Lanka. I want to open a TNE partnership with you. I was sitting with the head of law at the time, Professor Martin Davis. And this person really was quite a whippersnapper. And he was demanding that we open a partnership and begin with. That person is sitting there. So you can thank him for that. Although I had no idea who he was at the time, but I do now. But it's important that you remember who started this partnership and where it has actually come from. And at the University of West London, we're proud to sit side by side with Sri Lanka. We're proud of what we've achieved, and we're even prouder of what lies ahead. So thank you very much for listening, and I'm sure we'll talk later, as we talked last night, late into the night. So thank you very much, and good luck.
Thank you very much. We are indeed honored to have with us the presence of His Excellency, Provost of the University of West London Sri Lanka branch campus, Professor Peter John, to execute the agreements on behalf of the University of West London, and I have the pleasure of inviting Dr. Jagat Alvis, the Chairman of CEG Education Holdings, to execute the agreements on formalized. May I invite the distinguished gentlemen to kindly exchange the agreements. Thank you, Mr. Gunawardena. It is my pleasure now to invite the chairman of CEG Education Holdings, Dr. Jagat Alvis, to present a token of appreciation to His Excellency Andrew Patrick, British High Commissioner to Sri Lanka. Thank you, Dr.
Of the ANC Education Group. This achievement did not happen overnight. It required vision, courage, investment, patience, and an unwavering belief that education can transform lives. Thank you for turning that vision into a reality. As the operating partner of this branch campus, ANC Education is proud to undertake this responsibility. We recognize that this is far more than a campus. It is a promise to students and families that we will uphold the standards, values, and academic excellence associated with the University of West London. To our academic, admissions, marketing, operations, facilities, finance, IT, student support teams, thank you very much. Many of you worked quietly behind the scenes, often long after the lights should have been switched off, to ensure that this dream became a reality. Tonight's success belongs to you as much as anyone else. I would like to place on record my sincere thanks to Mr. Upali Vikarana, our Executive Director, for the amazing guidance and support given to us to transform this building to this beautiful UWL campus that you see today. A special thank you to Mr. Senaka Rajapaksa and his team and my marketing team for ensuring that every detail of this evening has been executed to excellence. Thank you, Senaka. To our students, parents, and alumni, thank you for your trust. Ultimately, this campus exists because of you. Everything we do is driven by the belief that students deserve opportunities to learn, to grow, and achieve their aspirations. To our friends from the media, thank you for being here today and for helping share this important story with the wider community. And finally, to every guest who joined us this evening, thank you. Your presence has made this occasion even more meaningful and beautiful. As we bring the formal proceedings to close, we do so with gratitude, pride, and excitement to what lies ahead. The opening of a campus is celebrated in a single day, but its true success will be measured in the lives it transforms over the years to come. Tonight, we celebrate a milestone. Tomorrow, we begin the real work. The work of educating, inspiring, and empowering for being part of this historic occasion. I wish you all a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Diane Fernando, Chief Executive Officer of ANC. And thank you, Dr. Karunayak.